honest to Akim GMS, all right, and honest to Akim that pushes truth out of sincerity, all right, and yeah, so we nearing the end. We already all Akim know that there's gonna be a huge financial collapse. World War III, the nations, Esau's house divided, all right, and his empire is crumbling before before our very eyes. We have earthquakes in diverse places.
Uh, you know, we at the brink of going in World War III, like brother just mentioned. It's a lot of wars and rumors of wars, and that's all prophetic. That's all prophecies, man. You know, this is why this is called the hopeful year that the prophecies, all prophecies come to pass. And you know, you want this thing to end now, but the way things are going, Dr. How about Shimmy How Shah, man? Right now everybody's on the edge of their seats, waiting to see what's gonna happen next. Alright, all that talking about, you guys will get a job, you guys are crazy. All that's starting to die down. Alright, people starting to hold their breath, cause they don't know what's gonna happen next. You see the dollar collapsing, and whatnot.
Yeah. People that's got high incomes, their finances still messed up, cause this money is debt, but you got it.
So what scripture you wanted?
What is it, James 5 and 3?
James 5 and 3.
I think so.
Yeah, and I had two pages.
Okay.
Yeah, James 5 and 3.
You made it up?
Oh, slap you.
I
I read it.
No, I got it. This is James 5 and 3. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you.
Yeah. The so-called white man, the so-called white man, well, and Esau, all right, you Caucasians, his money is corrupted, man. That's how he got his wealth, his resources. They're corrupted and counterfeited, and it's not real money. All right?
It says, the rest of them shall be a witness against you.
Yeah, the whole world knows America is in debt, and the schemes that America do, they don't want to, people don't want to do business and with the American dollar anymore, right?
It says, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasured together for the last days.
Yeah, that's right. So your kingdom is about to be a translation, about to be a transfer of power. Yahweh Shah is about to take all these kingdoms down.
Yeah.
You have stolen for the last time, man. You down to the end of it. All right. That's why the nations are arming themselves and teaming up with other nations, man. Because your days of conquering is at an end. And your house is divided. You're not really one, under one mind. That's why those 10 toes is mixed with clay and iron. All right, and that's NATO, the EU, and America. It's a part of it.
I had some. Jeremiah 49, verse 13. For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation.
Basra, modern day Basra is America. All right, everyone comes here for fortune, seeking fortune and fame, and to have so-called liberties and do business here. America's like one giant mall. All right, so what it says?
That Basra shall become a desolation.
A desolation meaning a desert. It's gonna get totally destroyed below the foundation, from the foundation. And what's gonna do that? The Lord's destruction, along with the thermonuclear destruction.
A reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste.
perpetual, ongoing waste. This place is never gonna be rebuilt again. It's gonna be a desert. So it's perpetual. That's ongoing. It's gonna be forever. It's gonna be forever desert.
I have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather you together, and come against her, and rise up to the battle.
So the battle is Third World War. All right. So Russia's gonna shoot missiles over here. China, NATO gonna break up. They're gonna all turn on America.
For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen, and despised among men.
That's right. Despise are you small among the heathen, and the whole world hates the so-called white man, but mainly the so-called white man here in America. Man, this place is the #1 target.
Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Yeah, it's the so-called white man and his pride, man. All his high habitation, his space station, his satellites, his high buildings. Look, you see it when you're in New York City. All around the city, what you see the most now. It used to be them twin towers. Then it was the one tower, whatever, one world. Now what you see, Billionaires Row. Those buildings, 57th Park Ave. Them buildings. You see those. Billionaire Row. Billionaires Row. All right.
That holdeth the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord.
Yeah, your symbol was the eagle. It's showing Rome had the eagle, America, Germany.
Also Edom shall be a desolation, and every one that goeth by it shall be astonished.
That's right. Edom gonna be a desolation, gonna be destroyed. And the least of you gonna be thrown into slavery, man. Everyone gonna be astonished at your downfall. And that eagle is a bird that prey on the lesser ones, man. And lesser animals too.
Yeah, predatory bird.
Yeah.
And shall hiss at all the plagues thereof, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah.
So all the nations gonna see this place get turned into a desolation, mainly from the missiles.
As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed because of those immoral acts and sexual acts, that conduct, homosexuality, pedophilia, bestiality, all that manner that's going on. America's amplified, worse than that. This place is spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yep, and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord.
And the neighbor cities thereof. And so, in the neighbor cities. So, you see what these celebrities gotta do to make it. All the way down to these news anchor women. They gotta do strange things. You know, you have to sacrifice something to make it here at their levels. You know? So it's a lot of witchcraft and homosexual acts and things that go on here. You got it?
Yep, and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it.
So no one's gonna live here. And no one's gonna dwell here. Only desert creatures, man. Things that could survive in the desert, creatures, insects and bugs and stuff, but no mankind is not gonna dwell here no more, man. It's gonna be a graveyard for mankind, huh?
That's what I don't, even from the destruction, because what's going to be left behind is a lot of radiation, a lot of, waste or whatever. It's not going to be inhabitable, so no one's going to really, this place is going to be just like Brother says, it's going to be just a big desert, and after a while, when they're, when everything clears, it's going to be, all that's going to be there is desert creatures, Isaiah
You see after?
Okay.
That's when you got more, that's it.
That's
Nah,
it?
that was it.
Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. Whereas Edom said, we are in bondage, but we will return and build a desolate
They
place.
always say that when they fall out of power or something happens, they're gonna rebuild. Alright, but this place will not be rebuilt. America, Babylon the Great will not be rebuilt. But what else says?
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, ye shall build, but I will throw down.
Yeah, the Lord gonna throw down. So, we're gonna fix our financial system. We're gonna tag everybody. That's gonna be the new monetary system. Well, that's selling your faith to be destroyed when you do that. Everything you do, the Lord is gonna counter.
They shall call them the borders of wickedness.
The border. So whatever the so-called white man that his wickedness is throughout the earth.
Says,
A border covers all angles. And the so-called white man, his wickedness is throughout the whole earth, everywhere.
it says, and the people against whom the Lord had indignation forever.
Righteous anger forever.
That's,
Forever.
that's it.
The Lord is mad at Esau and hates Esau. You got it.
Alright, yeah, let me jump to, 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Measure the time diligently in itself. How we measuring the time? We know that we at the brink of a financial collapse, nationwide and then globally. All the research, tracking Esau and his moves, information constantly coming out about him. We watching. We see the national debt clock. All right, so we know that this place will not be held. All right, we're watching, and we also look at the scripture with the mark. We know what the number is. We know what the charagma is by watching and reading the scriptures and watching around what's going on throughout the earth and nationwide, and things that Esau's his schemes. You got it.
It says, it says,
Measure.
when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
And he's visiting this place spiritually now. You see these disasters happening throughout the earth. Floods, famine, earthquakes, riots, rumors of wars. About to be global financial collapse, nationwide financial collapse again. All right? Well, why? Because they want to make the ultimate everything digital by going towards the chip. All right?
It says,
And everything that things been happening to bring about this chip, with the with Esau's technology, with the computer, with the transistor that it holds less. You need less space. You don't need that much space. All right, and things like that, and energy requirements. That's what's helping. That helped to bring about the tracking system, like with the UCC going all the way down to RFID. All right, because in order for Esau to track movement and commerce, you need something like constant flow of information, and to keep track of it instantly. All right, with that number, that tracking device, that tracking digital code. All right, you got it. I know I was rambling, but I'm just saying.
it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things, from the days that were before thee.
Yeah, so the prophets been bring out the information through inspiration of the Most High, Yahweh Shai, to bring out this word, this truth, and to prophesy. All right,
Let me ask you something, brother.
you got it.
You know, it said, they mentioned earthquakes, and, you know, there was an earthquake over there in Turkey, which what, 11,000, well, I think it said, somewhere around 20,000 people,
Yeah.
died or was injured in the earthquake.
Yeah.
You know, the scriptures talk about how the Most High is gonna visit you by these natural disasters, thunderstorms, wildfires, earthquakes.
Storm, tempest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the borderline of Syria and Turkey.
Yeah.
That's where that earthquake, that massive earthquake that just took out and deleted 20,000 plus people, all right, in one fell swoop. All right, that's the judgment of Yahweh B'Ashem Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, that's what we measuring the time. We see like the scriptures tell all the events that's taking place with Esau. He make fire come down from heaven. Hiroshima, Nagasaki. So you mean to tell me that, so these things are prophecy, so you mean to tell me that everything going digital wouldn't be in the scriptures too? It's not gonna say digital, so I don't use that term.
You gonna
You
say
get
he
what I'm
called them
saying?
all, both small and great. Richard
Yeah.
Ford and received from Mark. That's what it's gonna say.
And what time we in now? It don't, no one's using gold or silver like as a, you know what I mean? Every individual
yeah,
uses
as a
it for
means
day-to-day of commerce, so that dollar, the debt notes, whatever dollars,
Yeah.
and from the dollars, credit cards to everything absolutely digital, going through the mark. Cause and wouldn't that be, that has to, it will be in the scriptures.
Yeah, that's.
Stop, go ahead.
No, I agree with
Well, because in the ancient world, things ain't the same as it is in the modern world. You know, like you don't have cattle, everybody don't have cattle and their own land, right? But we rely on going to work and getting paid these FRN notes. You know, so what's gonna happen is that's gonna transfer from the physical dollar to digital, because the times are changing and technology is increasing. So you gotta, you know, the prophets, when they have prophecies, they bring it out to the best of their ability, but then you have to decipher exactly what it's talking about in today's time.
you.
You know.
That's exactly pretty much what I was gonna say through the spirit, that, you know, when the prophets, because you gotta, you know, when you read these scriptures, you gotta also, you know, put yourself, as if you was there, you know, you gotta visualize it, like, obviously, you go back 2,000 years ago, this is all, everything that, the language that we speak, the terminologies that we use, it's all new speak. You know, they didn't speak like this 2,000 years ago. They didn't even speak English. They spoke Hebrew, Greek. So they described everything the best that they could. You know, like when it talks about the missiles and, you know, the script, it's not going to say missiles because back then that was never heard of. You know, just like you said, digital, like the term digital was never heard of. You know what I'm saying? That's why scriptures say knowledge shall be increased. That's their way of saying digital. Because, you know, or, you know, so forth and so on.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
But,
Reading on in 2 Ezra 9, right?
yeah, I'll continue on. It says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Even from the beginning, so these prophecies was written years ago for this time to take place, all right?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. It says, for like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
That's right, everything has a beginning and an end. Esau's at the end of his rulership, okay? Everything has an end. he's at his end. Alright?
It says, okay.
You got it.
It says, even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. Woo!
And signs, man. And we measuring the times and we watching the signs that the Lord is about to enter this place soon, man, with the angels. And a major prophecy that's going to take place is the Karagma. It's that. So whoever's doesn't believe that the Karagma is the mark, they're just walking around with their eyes shut, man. A person can't be that stupid. You done been compromised. You done been paid off, or you just don't want Esau's kingdom to go down.
Yeah, I hear a lot of brothers say that, you know, when the thing actually go down, these camps are gonna act like they always, which, yeah, I can see that happening.
Oh, and if you don't, if you've been omitting what that mark is, or been teaching falsehoods about the mark, those people that get that mark, their blood is on you. Even if you don't get it, you're gonna suffer the judgment for it.
Yeah, because it happened before, you know. These guys never apologized for going off.
Yeah.
You know, with the Cornelius thing,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you know many other different things. So when the mark of the beast come out, these guys gonna act like, you know, like they never was talking shit. You know, fucking up and, you know, calling brothers all types of slanders, man.
Uh-huh.
Even the great president of the great doctrine is, I'm not gonna, say exactly, but take the G, right? But president what the great doctrine is, people coming out and talking about, oh yeah, you could do it in certain circumstances. It happens, which is true, it happens, it's in the scriptures. And also, what else is talking about, man? It was something else that brother, the apostles brought out, and Israel shunned the apostles, GMS, but now it's coming out that, oh, you know what, it was right.
The new moon.
Yes, the new moon, right? And the ones that acknowledge, no one wants to acknowledge the apostles, man, but hey, it's not a thing about pride, man. All right, it's not a thing about who's wrong and who's right. Okay, but it's a thing of humility. If they're right, they're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Bring it up.
First Samuel, chapter 2, verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bring it down to the grave and bring it up.
Yeah, the Lord killeth and maketh alive, and bring down to the grave, and he lift up. He puts individuals in power and take others out of power, man. It's the Lord who does it. The Lord is a man of war. You got it.
That was the judgment, man.
Yeah.
The Lord's gonna bring swift judgment to a lot of people. And for example, what happened in Turkey, you had a lot of people that died, but then out the rubble, they would have certain people coming out still alive. Then they might have some kids coming out alive with no broken bones, nothing, and one whole. But then you have somebody just crushed, their brains out or whatever. But that's the Lord bringing that judgment.
Yeah.
The Lord make it poor and make it rich.
The Lord make us poor, make us rich.
He bring it low and lift him up. That's it.
So it's the Lord that gives you your position in the world. It's not you. It's not you manifesting this and that and you thinking something in existence. It's the Lord that gives the promotion. All right? Okay.
It's Proverbs 4:7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom.
Wisdom is the principal thing. Is the chief thing. Is the most important thing. One of the most important things. So get that. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures. All right? Like what people hate the most. MOTB. That is the Karagma. They don't like that.
It says, and with all thy getting, get understanding.
All I get and get understanding. Like the mark is the charagma, the number, you know, the digital system, the coding system, the tracking system. All right.
I want to say one thing. In the Strong's, when you go to the word understanding, right? The root word is from Strong's H995 Bayan. And Bayan.
All right.
And it says Strong's info. It says to separate mentally, understand, again consider, be cunning, diligently, direct, discern. You know.
Discern.
Right. It says inform, instruct, have intelligence, know, look well.
Inform, instruct, have intelligence, look well. We gotta research. We know what the charagma is.
Right.
We research it. We study it. We look around. We anticipate what events could Esau use to push that thing and make it mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
All right, which we know the Most High is moving in the mind of kings, and spiritual demon Satan takes orders.
Right. It says to be prudent, you know, regard. And these are a lot of big words that should ring a bell in your head, you know, because when you looking for the truth, you can't just stop. You know, it's so vague, you know, what was religion? It's like, you know, like saying don't sound right.
Yeah, and then you could think, all right, it's gonna be an event, all right. Okay, it's gonna be something where no one's gonna be able to buy or sell, right?
Right.
And what's gonna make an event that happen where men are gonna be beheaded for not following Esau's orders and doing these things? And what would the men of the Lord reject and cause some to lose their lives? You know what I mean? You start putting the pieces together and check martial law. And who's not on board, Esau gonna try to take out everyone, you know what I mean? But the Lord's gonna protect certain men.
Yep.
Well, I'll get that since you brought it up.
Okay.
Revelation, we're gonna get right to the point. Revelation 13. Give me 1 second.
Cause we knew when they was giving out them hot shots that people was threatening to lose their jobs, all kind of crazy shit. Kids might get taken from them, they won't be able to go to school and all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So we, on that small level right there, with people not wanting to get that juice. So imagine when it comes a time with the digital thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We will see.
Right. No matter where you at, we dropping the dead off for that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Especially those athletes, those young athletes. You
Yep.
know, a lot of them Jakes, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans.
Well, I was looking
And
at.
certain people in the government were given placebos, which it wasn't the real thing. So they wasn't dropping. You got it.
Well, the brother, I was looking at a post, the brother put up, Yawasab, there was a picture, and it was talking about the jab or whatever. Basically, it was going into how you had all these different diseases prior to, the Windows 19, right? You had all these different diseases come out before then. They never had a shot for it, whether it was AIDS or, they didn't have a cure for it, I should say. They still don't have a cure for it. AIDS or cancer, but somehow, some magical way, they just came up with a cure or a jump shot for the Windows 19 within record-breaking amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Less than a year, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They come out with this solution. But then you stupid as sheeple, you stupid as Americans, you went ahead and fell for the fucking bait.
Yeah, just like, oh, everything done collapsed. All right, then the suits come in. We have a solution.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be the new monetary system. Everyone's on board. It's reset. Everyone's starting at an even slate or whatever they want to call it. Then, oh man, there's certain disasters going on and certain threats. So we need to know who's who. So you gotta get tagged. Come on, man.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
you got any more?
Yeah, I'll just get into Revelation 13. This is Revelation 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as.
Read it again.
Revelation 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Right, that's Esau. All right, and how got the power? Mainly, really, ultimately, Yahweh Shah gave him that power, right? The earth was given into the hands of the wicked, you know. But really, he got the power through his military might and being deceitful, right?
It says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image.
And the image is going to the system, you know, the democracy, your philosophies, your beliefs, you know. And the beast today is America, NATO and the EU. All right, a continuation of the original beast, the Roman Empire. Okay, that's why America uses Roman basically build America is basically built off the blueprint or the power structure of the Roman Empire.
Yep.
The Senate House.
The Senate houses, which in Rome they had the plebeians and the patricians, right? And today the America the Democrats and Republicans, you know. So it's basically the same thing all over again because America's structure is based off the Roman Empire, which a lot of countries did it. Okay, but right now the spirit is dealing with America. Right.
Right. Reading on, it says, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
That's what's gonna happen. Martial law. Those that's not on the board and don't want to follow the system, don't want to get tagged up, they got some gonna be put to death. That's the whole thing.
They gotta go.
Yeah, they gotta go. You know, this is a new world order, so they want everybody on board.
Yeah. Yeah, just like, I'm sorry, you gonna say something?
No. Excuse me. No.
Yeah, you know, because Esau's wicked ruler, man. Esau's a wicked judge, he's a wicked ruler. Esau will force you to do things you don't want to do. See, you know, for example, right, I'll give an example. Like, you know, this whole draft thing, right, the military draft thing, you know, that's in violation of the Most High's law. Because in reality, the scriptures say, if you are afraid to go to war, you ain't got to go. You know what I'm saying? But Esau, if you decide to say fuck the draft, I'm not going, you know what they'll do? They'll lock you up, they'll throw you in jail.
And you're not getting the spoils of the war. You're not getting the spoils of the war.
I got a quick precept.
Go.
Psalm 6:4-4. That's chapter 3. It says, Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. And that's going into the laws, which right now, this is what you call a draconian law. Right? Read that part again. It causes what? Oh, how you go?
It says, And cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
So we're gonna bow down to this man's system, all right, and ultimately you don't take that that mark should be killed, and that's gonna be your law. Just like how they said, if you don't take the jab, you're gonna lose your job. You know,
Right.
so that's yeah.
I'm sorry, now finish your statement.
So that's really draconian laws, and scriptures say, look, that this devil's gonna come down having great wrath. So you tell me that ain't great wrath? All right.
Yeah, in which, like I said earlier, Esau will force you to do things, but in reality, you always have a choice.
Right.
Because just like you gave the example of when they issued that, you know what, and people had to choose if they were gonna, take it and keep your job or refuse it and lose your job, was gonna be the same thing with the mark of the beast.
Okay, that's scripture in the walk of beast.
Okay.
Let me get this in.
Let me finish last verse, Slack
Okay.
here. Psalm 6:4 and 4. It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, and the perfect or the Israelites, Lord, really the elect, all right, the ones out there in the house and bowing, sighing and crying, and the rest of the 1/3. It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, because it's in secret because well, the elect is in the Lord's the Lord's hidden, it's like a hidden truth, all right? But the Esau is going to shoot at all of Israel, but really he's really only targeting the elect, the ones out there that's calling him out. It says, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. And why would we not fear? Because we know Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah is our strength, right? That's it.
Right. So yeah, let me get back to the scripture. It says, verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great.
Because of all, both small and great, who? The elites of the so-called white man, the 13 banking families.
Right? It says, free and bond.
Free and bond, those who are walking around free, or so-called think they're free, and those that's in the prison system.
To receive a mark in their right hand,
A Karag mark, cutting in a mark, a microchip in their right hand,
or in their foreheads.
on their foreheads, in their right hand on their foreheads, in their head on their hand.
And that no man might buy or sell.
So without this digital device, no one's gonna buy or sell. No one's gonna be able to work. No one's gonna receive medical attention. This is doing commerce and exchange. So all functions of an economy that we live in now is shut down without getting that mark. All right.
I got the root word for you.
Okay, and that, you got it.
This is Mark, the Vishnu is Karagma, right?
Uh-huh.
But when you go to the Strong's, it's a root word. The Strong G5482, you get the word Karax. It says,
Staple stamp.
yeah, it should say that. It says, Shalaki, it says, to do a stake, right? A palisade or rampart, mound for circumvallation.
So you go on a location and you just smash that joint into the ground, into the dirt. This is my territory. I claim this. This is mine. All right. That's what that Karagwan is, and it's cutting through. It's a clean cut with a syringe. Subdermal, meaning under the skin.
You got it.
All right. And what else?
It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast,
Or the name.
or the number of his name.
Or the number of his name. Because with the UPC, Universal Product Code, is a tracking that went from UPC on down to RFID. All right? Because they have to track certain commerce things that's going on. Now the commerce is, now the people is the product that has to be tracked and located and items purchased. The first system was concentric circles. It didn't process information instantly, quick enough. So George Joseph Laura, he programmed our UPC system. He was with IBM at the time, all right? And he said that the 666 was, each one of those columns was coded as 6. And also representing his first name, George, the six letters, middle name, George Joseph Laura. Every six letters of first, middle, and last name. And he said that was a digital coding system. And that's also in that tracking device because there's a constant flow of everything moving in the people. It has to be tracked. All right? That's a number.
It says, here is wisdom, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and 6.
603 score and 6. All right? So once again, those things have to be tracked. At first they was like with social engineering. I hate to keep blabbering, but they would monitor the buying habits of the people, and then they would do shocking on merchandise to further manipulate people. It was called social engineering, okay? And the trap monitor. But with this, it's implanted in people. So now they know they don't have to anticipate what you're doing or manipulate it because they automatically know where you are, where you've been at. And now whatever port you go into or reading device, they gotta be able to calculate, all right, he done purchased this, he done walked this amount of time, all right, he got this kind of record. That requires a coding system to have that information instantly on hand like that, man. It's common sense. You got it?
Oh, that was it.
Hey, oh,
Yeah, that's another thing.
you got it.
And, Esau, man, he's gonna force this upon the people, man. But, if you don't take it, you're gonna have to, you have to be put to death.
Yeah.
Pursuant to, Revelation, 20, and I think it's the fourth chapter,
And that's transistor. It requires, if you look up the word transistor, if anybody got a chance, so we don't have time, we do it another time. It's called transistor. Yeah, look it up. It's basically, you don't need that much, you can use a small device for the storage. All right? So they was waiting for the second industrial revolution to bring this about, all right?
Right. A transistor, according to Wikipedia, a transistor is a semiconductor device used to amplify or switch electrical signals and power to transistors. The transistor is one of the basic building blocks.
All right, the switch. So basically, less storage and power requirements. So they needed that device to be made a device like that. All right, they needed that at that time. So they was waiting. They needed linear programming, and also the first, not the relay computers, the first electronic computer, which I think it was in the 40s or something, 46 or 1948. They needed that. Then they needed the low power requirements, which a chip could store a lot of information, where you can have a transistor in that. All right. Well, you don't have to have them big ass giant devices and stuff like that. All right. So you needed they needed the second industrial revolution, which was the electronic field. All right. So everything had to take its natural course. But I'm saying the chip, that's everything goes together, man, with that tracking device, man. That's why we have to study and check things out and know the times, man.
Alright, close the scripture.
Alright, come. I know I blab it.
No spirit.
Revelations 14 verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark,
The beast and his image, his system, and get on board with Esau's New World Order.
in his forehead or in his
Anybody get that mark in the forehead or the hand?
shall drink the wine of the Most High,
That ultimate destruction, thermonuclear destruction.
is poured without mixture into the cup of his indignation,
They're gonna be put to death, thermonuclear destruction before the Lamb, before the Lord and the angels and the elect.
and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone
Thermonuclear destruction.
in the presence of the holy
The
angels
presence of the holy angels, the angels, when they're on chariots with the Lord.
and the presence of the Lamb. That's
The
it.
Lamb, that's your Our Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ.
I got one more.
Go ahead. I got one too. You got your
You had something to say?
Nah.
Alright, yeah, going back to which I was talking about earlier, I never got a chance to bring it out about the basically how America's gonna be, once it's destroyed, it's never gonna be inhabited by men again. So this is Baruch chapter 4, verse 30. I started at verse 34. Baruch 4, verse 34. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning.
So that pride gonna be turned in the morning, man. This place, America's out of here, man. America's proud. They had on commercials, they got the people believing that this place can't be touched.
It says, for fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure. And
Now, what fire can that be talking about? In this time, what fire can that be talking about? It's thermonuclear fire. It's not cannon fire. We done with the atomic fire. We nuclear now. Concentrated fire from the Lord. All right.
And just like the scriptures say in Revelation 14, the smoke of her burning shall last forever.
Smoke or burning shall last forever, a long period of time. Remember when they knocked them all buildings over, they had to thermate in them towers. All right, that smoke was in the air for a long time, man. They saw it out the space station saw it, man. All right.
Last verse, it says, for fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time.
Devils, all right. Desert creatures, man. All right, desert creatures. So the scriptures keeps saying that this place gonna go out horribly. So we gotta report the news. All right.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, with that, Lord, this was edifying. You wanna say all praises goes to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ba'akadash.
Shalom to Akmat there, Christmas birth, sincerity, honesty, and double honors to our apostles, all the bishops, and all the great ministers. Shalom. Holy God.
It's done.
Yeah, hold on, I'm still rolling.